What's up, lovely people? It's Tuesday. Time to shine. Hope you're ready to rock and fuel your mind. I'm Coy Wire. This is CNN 10. Let's get informed and uplifted with the best 10 minutes in news. We're going to start today with the latest news on the suspect in a recent leak of classified Pentagon documents posted on social media. On Friday, in federal court in Boston, Jack Teixeira, a former airman of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, was charged under the Espionage Act for the unauthorized retention and transmission of national defense information, as well as the removal of classified materials. According to court documents, Teixeira worked as a low-ranking IT official and held top-secret security clearance. He allegedly posted about the documents online in December and shared photos of them in January. Detailed intelligence assessments were among the leaked U.S. documents. Now, CNN has reviewed some of them, and they contain a wide array of highly classified information, such as info from eavesdropping on important allies and adversaries, as well as evaluations on the status of the Ukraine war. CNN Pentagon correspondent Oren Lieberman has more.
In a federal courtroom in Boston, 21-year-old Jack Teixeira faced his legal fate for the first time, charged through the Espionage Act with unauthorized removal and retention of classified documents and national security information. The Airman First Class at the center of an investigation into a leak of top-secret information. In court, his father yelled out, "Love you, Jack." The response, "Love you too, Dad."
Are you surprised by this?
Outside the courthouse, Teixeira's family, thrust into the spotlight with national security interests at stake, said nothing. Teixeira was an IT specialist with the Massachusetts Air National Guard. He enlisted before graduating high school. His senior year photo had a quote that now appears prophetic. "Actions speak louder than words." He's had a top-secret clearance since 2021 and access to sensitive, compartmentalized information in a job that requires a lifetime binding non-disclosure agreement.
People who sign agreements to be able to receive classified documents acknowledge the importance to the national security of not disclosing those documents, and we intend to send that message, how important it is to our national security.
One day earlier and 1 hour south, Teixeira was spotted on his back porch reading a book. Moments later, an FBI tactical team closed in on Teixeira, taking him into custody outside his house. On Discord, an online platform frequently used by gamers, Teixeira built his own group of friends and followers. Court documents allege that late last year he began sharing classified information, a user in the chat group telling the FBI at first it was just paragraphs of text and then photographs of documents that contained what appered to be classification markings.
The fact is, it's quite easy to do if you are a person who has decided to violate your oath, to violate the training and the rules that you operate under, and to proactively make a decision to break the law.
In the days before his arrest, court documents say Teixeira used his government computer to search classified intelligence reporting for the word leak, an attempt to find out if investigators were onto him. After Teixeira's first court appearance on Friday, he'll have a detention hearing on Wednesday. This whole legal process, it seems, moving forward very quickly. About a week from when President Joe Biden, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and others first learned about the leaks, to the arrest and the prosecution now moving forward for Jack Teixeira. Oren Lieberman, CNN at the Pentagon.
10-second trivia. Where did Napoleon Bonaparte crown himself Emperor of the French? Arc de Triomphe, Palace of Versailles, Champs-Élysées, or Notre Dame Cathedral? Napoleon was at Notre Dame in 1804 when he took the crown from Pope Pius VII and placed it on his head by himself. Notre Dame, an 860-year-old cathedral in Paris, is one of the most iconic churches in the world. But a massive blaze in 2019 destroyed large parts of the relic, including its idyllic spire and its roof, which collapsed as firefighters battled the blaze. The roof had been said to be made of a forest because of the acres and acres worth of trees that were made into beams to build it. But Notre Dame is being rebuilt now. Let's meet up with CNN senior international correspondent Jim Bitterman in Paris to see how this majestic monument is coming along.
It was the most haunting image of a sickening afternoon. The spire of Notre Dame crashing through the cathedral roof as flames burned all around. In the 4 years since, as giant oaks have been felled and the ashes cleared away, shock and dismay has turned to confidence that the spire and the cathedral will rise again, and soon, if you believe the general who President Emmanuel Macron put in charge of rebuilding the monument.
The president says we will rebuild this cathedral in 5 years. It's the words of the head of state of France. And the reputation of France is at stake.
The general, once the chief of staff of the French army, went to visit an extraordinary woodshop in eastern France to inspect how the work is going. Here, carpenters are moving around tons of oak like children's building blocks to rebuild the spire that collapsed, as well as the rest of the cathedral's roof beams, which were destroyed in the fire, cutting and fitting precise down to the millimeter.
Well, much care and effort and money are being expended to make sure the reconstructed Notre Dame is just like the old one. The workers who are working on these giant pieces of wood say they are sometimes amazed at how they could have done all this 1,000 years ago.
One person who's had a better view than most of the Notre Dame reconstruction is photographer Thomas Van Houtrieve. His photos are going up along the walls of the Notre Dame worksite. He began taking pictures of the cathedral long before the fire, sometimes using an ancient wooden camera as old as the iconic spire itself. Van Houtrieve was then commissioned to document the work inside by National Geographic and the French establishment charged with the Notre Dame restoration and preservation. As the monument slowly rose again from the ashes, he emotionally recorded the work inside and outside.
When you're inside Notre Dame, you feel something. It's a place of reverence. And when you're inside it and you see it in its damaged state, you feel something even more. I mean, it goes straight to your heart.
Van Houtrieve has watched firsthand as not only the damage from the fire was cleared away, but as well centuries of grime that had accumulated before the fire. In some ways, he believes, the newly restored Notre Dame will be even better than what was there before.
What would you do if you were outside having some lunch or sipping some coffee and a motorized robotic trash can just rolled up on you and started staring at you with its little camera lens? Today's story, getting a 10 out of 10, is about a recent study in the streets of New York that found while robot trash cans promoted social interaction and encouraged recycling, some folks weren't about it at all.
Come here, buddy. Thank you. Good job.
When we did this project, we were actually hoping to roboticize chairs and tables. Literally, our partners, in the business improvement district said, "Are you kidding? It's New York. You have to do trash."
Yeah. There's trash here. Yes. Yes. Oh, good boy. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Oh, that's recycling. Oh, you're a bad boy. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. It's okay. They're learning. So they're still pups.
That's creepy. That's just freaking creepy.
We're not trying to sell a trash robot. We're trying to understand how people interact with robot objects. Before we do the deployment, we watch how the people who clean the streets actually do their work.
There you go.
The work they do is incredibly nuanced and difficult, and very unlikely to be automatable without completely restructuring the infrastructure of the street.
It's my cup, bro.
I'll give him a straw.
What say you about robotic trash cans? Robots or no bots? I want to thank all of you who've subscribed and commented on our CNN 10 YouTube channel. Our special shout out is going to Godly, Texas today. Godly High School, rise up. I also want to give a special hello to Mr. Moore from David T. Howard Middle School. It was nice meeting you at the Dogwood Festival in Atlanta last weekend. Keep crushing that tennis game, and remember, outwork everyone every single day. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. I'm Coy Wire, and we are CNN 10.